Real estate investors, business owners, and entrepreneurs need to be concerned, educated, and knowing of these 8 things with the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. These 8 things will impact you in magnitude and can affect you ultimately if you don't know them, pay attention to them, and ultimately utilize them for the benefit of your financial entrepreneurial journey, whether it's in real estate, business, restaurants, whatever it is. So let's go over all 8 and make sure that you have a clear understanding and how to utilize these 8 things to take advantage on maximizing your profitability and taking advantage of tax deductions that will ultimately strengthen your business and real estate investments. Okay, first and foremost, the 100% bonus depreciation becomes permanent. So over the last several years, administration had come in with bonus depreciations. Trump went in, extended in his first term, and now just makes them permanent. In 2024, we had an 80% bonus depreciation, meaning that you can go in, you could buy a piece of real estate, or you could build a piece of real estate, and in the calendar year, provided that real estate was purchased or built with a certificate of occupancy that was issued in the tax year that you want to cost segregate and take that asset and bonus depreciation, you were able to take up to 80% of it prior to January 1st of 2025. Now, as we move into 2025, just made it a 100% bonus depreciation that's permanent. So meaning that if you go out and you buy a piece of real estate, housing, single family homes for investment purposes, if you go out and buy multifamily homes for investment purposes, if you go out and you buy warehouses, retail, office, you can go in and you can depreciate everything in that building with the exception of the land. The land does not depreciate. So you can go in, shave off the land value, and usually we'll just take the assessed land value from your assessor's office on your property taxes. Now, we don't personally do this. We hire a cost segregation professional to go in and cost segregate the entire property. Like take this fixed property like this desk and say, okay, every single day, this desk diminishes in value because it gets older. Every single day, the flooring that I sit on gets older. Every single day, the roofing, the walls, the cabinets, the bathrooms, the toilets, the fixtures, every single day, those items become more and more aged and they depreciate in value. Instead of taking it over the course of time as they depreciate and you replace them, you can now take 100% depreciation on every single one of those line items that you utilize when you go in and utilize the new One Big Beautiful Bill Act and use the permanent 100% bonus depreciation that Trump just set into place. Now, a lot of people don't know how cost segregation works. If you don't, comment below, get with us. We have an affiliate CPA that does cost segregation that we will put you in front of that is legitimate. They do incredible, and we will put you in front of them to be able to utilize for the betterment of your financial investments. Now, so to sum up, number one, you could take an asset, you could depreciate the entire structural value of that entire asset and take it in one full calendar year. Here's what's beautiful about it. You could take that entire tax deduction. If you have a $5 million asset that you own and you can deduct $5 million all in 1 year, you may have only made $300,000 in net taxable income. And what's cool about the permanent 100% bonus depreciation is that it never expires once you take that depreciation. So once you actually get your cost segregation report from your cost segregation CPA and you go and give it to your tax accountant or your tax CPA, what's beautiful about it is if you have that $5 million, for sake of example, asset that you're taking 100% bonus depreciation on and you only make $300,000 in net taxable income, you can take that $300,000, pay 0 federal income taxes on it, whether you made it being a nurse, a firefighter, building a house, owning rental income, whatever that earned income came from, being a physician, being an attorney, whatever that earned income came from through the pass-through entities, you have the ability to deduct that income as part of that bonus depreciation. Now, that comes into number 2. That comes down to qualified bonus income, the QBI. Your QBI is a second portion of the One Big Beautiful Act that I love, and it runs in alignment with Item number one on the permanent 100% bonus depreciation, because this allows qualified business income, a deduction of 20% in Section 199A for pass-through entities, which means that an LLC is a pass-through entity, limited partnerships are pass-through entities, sub-S corporations are pass-through entities, and for the vast majority of you real estate investors, you guys have gotten really comfortable with LLCs, which are all pass-through entities, which means that if you have 5 different entities that have 5 income-producing properties, you can flush them all down to your personal income. And then if you have a business that's generating income, or you're a W-2 employee that has income that's coming in, you can also take your personal income, because it's all going to funnel right down to your personal tax return through these pass-through entities. And the beauty behind the qualified bonus income and the beauty behind the permanent 100% bonus depreciation is it never expires. You could take those deductions in future years if you don't utilize them all in the very first year that you take that deduction. So for those of you guys that aren't making maybe $5 million asset, you deduct it. Maybe the bank owns 80% of that $5 million asset. Who cares? You can still take all portions, the portion that you have as equity, plus the portion that the bank has financed on your behalf, and you could take the full value of that asset and depreciate all of it. For those of you guys that have been depreciating cars, those of you guys that are interested in buying airplanes, those of you guys that are interested in purchasing equipment, vehicles, and necessities for your business, you can now take 100% bonus depreciation, not just on the real estate, but also on airplanes, automobiles, and other business equipment through the permanent 100% bonus depreciation, and take it all in 1 year. It used to be that through the Agricultural and Farm Act, you would go in and buy farm equipment that weighed over 10,000 pounds, and then you can deduct it. Now you could go out and buy a little Molly-made car. You guys have seen the little Molly-made cars running around. You could take 100% depreciation on that little car in the very first year. You can go out if you have work trucks, work vehicles, and you can buy work vehicles not just for you, but for your employees that weigh less than 10,000 pounds, and you can take the full depreciation of that equipment, those vehicles, all in the very first year. And so if you go out, you buy an airplane, you could take 100% depreciation on that $3 million, $4 million, $5 million airplane, all in the very first year that you purchased that plane. And so this bonus depreciation is going to be a game changer for business owners like yourself, for real estate professionals and entrepreneurs all over the United States. Now, number 3, ladies and gentlemen, Section 179, expansion of expenses for business, just got increased to a $2.5 million cap with a $4 million threshold for expensing equipment that you've purchased post December 31st, 2024, which is cool because now you can go in, and if you have legitimate business expenses, you could go in and write off 100% of those up to $2.5 million with an expansion threshold of $4 million in the time being, to be able to take advantage of your business expansions and normal day in, day out equipment. So if you own a roofing company and you need a lift, a trailer, you can write that off. If you need to go out and buy a fax machine, if you need to go out and buy another computer, if you need to go out and buy pads of paper, all of that stuff is tax deductible. And now you have, through Section 129 expansion, a threshold max of up to $2.5 million with a $4 million threshold, which is absolutely incredible. Number 4, guys, QPP, qualified production property, non-residential real estate that you purchase for manufacturing and production. You can go in on any real estate purchased after January 19th of 2025 and write it off. So if you're in manufacturing, if you're in production, if you go out, you buy a warehouse, you buy any production equipment to be able to go out and make your manufacturing production business successful, you can now write off all of that in your current and upcoming tax returns. Number 5, permanent qualified opportunity zones. This is another big topic of conversation for real estate investors through the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. And one of the things with opportunity zones that I hated was how complicated they were. And now there's a lot of clarity behind them. Back in 2020, there was so many gray areas and opportunity zones. We were trying to get attorneys to approve our op zone certification, and there was so much gray areas, attorneys were just withdrawing. Yes, there is more reporting and there is more requirements, but there's clarity on these reportings and these requirements, which in some instances makes it typically easier because you have it in black and white, where in prior years there was less requirements and less reporting, but there was this big giant gray area that made it near shy of impossible to get get your op zones approved and make them legitimate op zones, which was a real pain in the ass. Now, what's great about opportunity zones is there's clarity behind them. Yes, there is more reporting. Yes, there is more requirements, but now you can actually utilize opportunity zones as they were intended to be utilized. Great in concept in prior years, great in concept, but conceptually and reality are two different things. If conceptually it's great, but you can never utilize it, it's absolutely 100% worthless. What's great about what's happening now with the permanent qualified opportunity zones is that now there's some clarity where you can actually utilize them. So if you buy an asset with the intent to build and hold or buy and hold like we do, and you keep that asset that's in a qualified opportunity zone for 10 years, you pay zero capital gains tax if and when you actually sell that asset. Now, what's great is that as part of the Permanent Qualified Opportunity Zone Act, now you can defer capital gains for up to 5 years. And after 5 years, you get a basis increase after 5 years or a 30% rule fund deduction. So what's cool is that you can go in, you can have capital gains taxes that roll in. You can defer those capital gains taxes provided you're in a qualified opportunity zone for up to 5 years so that you can go in and put them into a qualified opportunity zone and take the tax deduction on them. So opportunity zones now have the opportunity to permanently be beneficial to investors and actually utilized because of the clarity of requirements and reporting that just happened in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Number 6, the mortgage insurance deduction has been restored, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that should never have been taken away. It's a requirement that if you don't own over 20% of the equity in your asset, you are forced to buy insurance, mortgage insurance, on your property. But yet the Fed said it's a requirement, but you can't deduct it on your taxes. Now, with the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, the mortgage insurance deduction is restored and it's back for you guys to take advantage of. So all of you sedentary homeowners that are out there that have homes, legitimate investments, but maybe aren't in the real estate game, but maybe you're trying to get into the real estate game, have mortgage insurance, haven't been able to deduct it, that's one more tax deduction that you get to put on your bottom line of your personal income taxes and take advantage of starting now. Number 7, state and local taxes, otherwise known as SALT. SALT will cap the individual deductions up to $40,000 after December 1st of 2024. So for those of you guys that are getting imposed with state and local taxes, that just got capped at a full deduction of up to $40,000. So last but not least, number 8, capital gains on stocks now has a tiered exclusion that goes from 50%, 75%, or 100%. Now, one of the big things is I utilize stocks for my real estate. And for most people that are investing, you should all be investing in the stock market. A lot of real estate investors don't invest in the stock market. I think it's crazy. The diversification of being invested in the stock market is very important. One of the big things is you can utilize it now with the capital gains on stocks that are part of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. It benefits you to have investments in the stock market. And here's what's cool. The way I utilize my stocks is I leverage lines of credit against my own stocks. So yes, it does cost me money, but it costs me less money than going out and getting line of credit that's unsecured from a financial institution that I might be paying 9%, 10%, or greater than if it's on credit cards as high as 29%. And you can go in and you can go buy big blue chip stocks. You can go in and buy stocks that are a lot safer with big, large corporations that do well ultimately over the long haul. And what you can do is utilize your own line of credit against your stocks for liquidity to go out and purchase new pieces of real estate. And you could pay them off through the cash production of that real estate, but you still have to be careful when you utilize business lines of credit against your stocks because it's almost like you're trading on margin. If you take too much out against your stocks and the stocks drop, they will do forced sales on you like they do when you do margin sales and you're trading on margin. So you want to be careful in this regard. So you don't want to go out and abuse it and be frivolous with it, but you want to use it and leverage it, because if that money goes out and is earning you 8 to 12% annually on the stocks and you have dividend paying stocks, you're making returns even if that money isn't there, and you're only paying between 5 and 7% interest on your line of credit depending on where we are in the market because of the volatility of interest rates. So you still are making upside on your investments while your money is working for you in a second sector, purchasing real estate to make larger profits. And so I love this act. I think that the capital gains on stocks and this implementation of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, I think is absolutely amazing, and I'm excited for it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not updated yourself on the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, I hope this information finds you well and very educational. Take advantage of what lies in your fingertips, because these bylaws that have been set in place in these acts are yours for the taking to benefit you, to help reduce your overall tax liability and incentivize you as an investor, as a real estate professional, and as a contractor, building ground up real estate or investing in existing real estate, to take advantage of what our federal government has put together to be able to decrease our overall tax liability and incentivize you for having the courage and direction to go out and invest in real estate and compound your success. For more educational videos on how to maximize your profits, save on taxes, and ultimately invest in real estate and profit long term, click and subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Pound that thumbs up button, give us some love. Comment down below your thoughts on the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, and I can't wait to see you next time on the other side.